The last time we saw Livia, she was at the church. There were a lot of people in the area that is very open, perhaps used to be used for worship events, but is now mostly cut up or subdivided into little rooms and spaces. And there is the big church doors are right there. You can actually walk out big church doors to the street, or perhaps a plaza or something, from this area. And that is where you saw a member of the group who is not a very important or prominent member of the group, but that is where you saw him leaving with your mother in some sort of very strange state, almost a degraded and inhuman way of crawling and walking as if she were an animal next to him. And you know that he had that strange ring. So that has happened. And then for Chloe, we know that your situation is a little bit less specific. In fact, it's a little bit chaotic, because you have been swept up by a group of affluent people who are now all inspired by your singing, and they are also being very supportive of you regarding your phone call. But they don't really seem to be letting you go. They have you, and they are talking about where they are going to go tonight to do real activism. And they are furious about, in fact, there's one of the men there who had been one of your enthusiastic audience members. His name is Maximilian. And he is a man in his late 30s who is clearly very well established in society. I don't know why, but I came up with one detail which fits everything else about him in my mind. Which is, do you know those shirts that people will wear with a suit, a really nice dress shirt that is made of such expensive cloth that it looks almost like it's not cloth, almost as though it is some kind of stiff armor, but the material is so comfortable it feels like air. You know, it is that, and these shirts cost, you know, 500 euro or something like that.
I see.
But to him, this is what he wore to this charity event. And so if you kind of think of the and it's just a simple design, you know, it's not like it's a frilly or a fancy shirt, really. It's just, it's made of the best material you can make a shirt out of in the world. So that means that he's wearing other clothes that, again, are not very obviously, they do not show off. But everybody has all, you know, you could see everybody treated Maximilian with some respect. He's clearly a top donor and organizer of charity events like this. Well, right now, he wants to go and find out who those policemen were, and he's making phone calls right now, and he is saying to everybody right here that they need to go themselves with him, and they are going to make these guys pay for killing your friend. It's a little different from the activism that he came to this event for. Yes.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I'm trying to think of the situation. I think that people are already, they are Gregory is.
It's me.
He's adjusting. Okay. So the people are already jumping into cars. They are telling their chauffeurs to go home, that they are going to drive, and they, instead of they're taking their own cars, every one of them, they are all piling into a few cars, 6 or 7 people in each car, and pulling you in, so you are there with everybody else's fur coats and and things like that, and everybody is very enthusiastic and very excited about this, and Maximilian is shouting and says, "All right, everybody, follow my car." So things are a little busy. So I'm not saying that you are helpless in this situation. I'm saying that this is the activity where we first see you right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Did you want to do something because you spoke a minute ago?
No, I just wanted to know if I knew Maximilian. Like, did I heard of him before?
No. No. Everybody has Everybody has introduced themselves to you. Remember, you came to this event as an intruder, so it's not like you knew anybody.
Okay,
so,
sure, but maybe if it was like on the TV or something like this, maybe I could have seen him. But
probably not. Yeah. Probably not. I think.
Sure.
But there are people there, of course, that I mentioned. People like actors and other sorts of things.
Okay, great.
Now, I do want to ask you about the way you typically satisfy your demon's need. As I recall, involved being in your room at home and working in your notebook. Is that correct? And something to do with eating insects, I think?
Yeah. I think it was more about eating insects, but yeah, why not in my room?
Okay. Okay. But it doesn't have to be there, evidently, but okay.
Yeah, no.
So, all right. So that's one thing just I'm keeping, I'm looking at as a possibility. I have one other thing to do with you in a moment, but I'm interested in what you want to do. While you are thinking of that, let's take a look at Livia. So, Livia, you and Omar have actually managed to resolve some of your problems.
Kind of.
Yeah, exactly. So that means that I am really asking you what you want to do. And again, these are actions that don't have to be 1 second long. These can be actions that take hours. It depends on how you want to act.
Okay, so we're talking about the feeding the demon? Sorry, because I still have connection.
Not necessarily. I am just talking about what Livia wants to do. I did give you a Game Master warning last time about feeding your demon, but that's all I'm going to do.
Okay, I just can't let my mother go like this for the moment. I just can't. So she's leaving the church with that guy, huh? So I want to know if this guy is a sorcerer.
Okay. Roll your lore.
2.
2 is your highest?
2 is the highest.
Okay.
Jesus.
No, that's right. And you rolled more than 2 dice, more than 1 die though, right? Correct. 3 dice. Well, you will be pleased to know that I rolled a 2, and with your extra dice involved, that gives you just enough to see. There is some parts of the room that you are in that somebody is repairing and painting, just like the paint you put on a wall. Somebody is fixing an area, probably a little area that has a door in it that has a little space behind it. This was not part of the original church. This is just like a section that is built into this space. with cheap wood. And so somebody who works there is just painting it so that it doesn't look completely like a piece of shit. So far, so good. But there's a lot of paintbrushes and some a little ladder to stand on, and the paint cans are there. Somebody is still working on this stuff. It's just sitting out. The reason I say is that this guy takes the ring as he's leaving, puts it into the smears it through some of the mess there, and covers it with dirt and old paint and some paint, and holds it up as it glows brighter and brighter, and all of that filth burns away from it. And you know enough to know that he just fed a demon its need.
Okay, and so he's getting out of the church, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want him out of the church.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I think okay, I'm afraid of my demon actually right now. I'm afraid of my own demon. There's so much to deal with it. So, okay, my main goal is I don't want him out of the church. And do I have a mean with my demon to like shut the door?
Yes, the demon has the ability to control the movement and locations of the people inside the church.
Okay, so that's what I want to do.
Okay, so you're going to roll your demon's power, which is 8, against this demon's power, or will, really, to see if your demon can stop this one.
Okay, 8, huh?
Mm-hmm.
10.
Oh, goodness. Okay, let's see here. All right, well, that's kind of amazing, because my highest die is a 9. And so, therefore, yes, you have slammed the door. And so this so this person, this man, turns against the door with your mother, who currently seems to be twisting and breaking into some kind of different shape as she kneels there.
Okay, so I'm like going fastly into him, like very aggressively, saying, "I need to speak with my mom now."
Okay. Well, so you are going to move. You're going to leave Omar behind. You're going to leave everybody you're with behind. You're going straight to this person, up to the doors of the church, which are closed, and this person is here with this ring, and you are going to, which is your ring, by the way, or rather your mother's ring that you stole 10 years ago or something. And so, therefore, you are going to say that you want this. You want it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, there's a little bit of a problem with it. Well, go ahead. Okay, so go ahead and say it. What do you do?
What do you?
The person is holding the ring and speaking to it, and in a way, he's holding the ring and speaking to it.
I hate this. Hey, you! Come here.
You're telling him to come here.
Yeah, and I'm still rushing into him.
Okay.
I want to get to physical contact.